we got to start at the Tottenham Stadium. You all know, presumably, what the setup was. City needed to win to move ahead of Arsenal going into the last weekend of the season, the last 90 minutes. As things stand, City have a 2-point lead over Arsenal, which means that if they equal or better Arsenal's result, they will become champions, come what may. However, Arsenal still have a better goal difference, which means that if City draw or lose and Arsenal win, Arsenal become champions.
That's right.
Now, we kind of want to, I guess everybody's going to know what this is heading into Sunday. I hope we don't get some crappy, damp squib. Manchester City are playing West Ham and Arsenal are playing Everton. There you go. So two mid-table sides, and Everton would be mid-table if not for the points penalty. Nothing to ask for.
Yeah.
I hope it gets exciting. And here's a reason why it might. Here's the stat that I found all by myself. Manchester City have played 18 home games in the Premier League this season, right? They have drawn 5 of those 18 games.
Yeah.
4 of those games that they've drawn have been against London clubs. There's only 6 London clubs. 5 of them have been there. 4 out of 5 have drawn at the Etihad. Fulham is the only one who hasn't. West Ham, unless I'm mistaken, are very much a London club to the point that they play at the London Stadium, right? They're perhaps the most London club. So maybe Davy Moyes? No, but I'm saying it's not a foregone conclusion, right?
But whether it was a London club or a Manchester club or a Liverpool club, it would not matter. You would go and say,
City are favourites.
Can City drop points against West Ham or against whoever they would play this weekend at home on Sunday, where they have to win? They've done it before. They've never lost it in that position. They won over at Brighton when they had to. They beat Aston Villa 2 years ago. Even if they were 2-0 down with 15 minutes to go, they still managed to do it. It might not be straightforward. It might be a bit tense at times, but there's no way. No way City are not beating West Ham on Sunday.
All right, you heard it here. Famous last words here.
Yeah.
Famous last words from Joel. I think it's possible. I think it's football. I think a lot of weird stuff can happen. I want to talk about the game itself against Spurs because I thought, we talked about how when Arsenal played Liverpool at the weekend, it was like, all right, no frills, eyes on the prize.
United,
let's remain United. Sorry, let's remain super concentrated, not screw this up. And I feel like City went into the Spurs game in the same way. That was one of those games where we did not necessarily see a lot of daring attacking patterns, none of the stuff that we often see. We just saw a lot of focus, and then Kevin De Bruyne kind of ghosts away from the defender, creates space for himself, and sets up Haaland early in the second half. But it was very professional. And then the second goal came, in garbage time from Haaland.
It was interesting to hear Pep after the game saying the first half we were not good because there was too much nerves. That the players were too nervous. Because you think, and we've said it, that it's been one of the narratives, City will win this title and this title race because they've been there before. They're so experienced in title races. And yet even Pep says that first half at Spurs, we were not ourselves. It was much better in the second half because the first half, they were very nervous. And it's human beings, he said, and it's normal.
Some superstition maybe too, given the record at that stadium.
Maybe, but it's true that they were not good in the first half. And to be fair, that goal, as good as the movement from De Bruyne is, the cross, the tap-in for Haaland, it's mistakes defensively by Spurs to let that Foden cross, for example, go through their box. Right. Even nobody picks up the run from De Bruyne, and I think Vicario should do much better because everybody in the whole world knew exactly what De Bruyne would do, and yet it's still gone past Vicario.
Vicario did make some good saves.
Well, Foden, the first one was
just to balance it out with the Italian guy. Spurs obviously also had a bunch of people missing. The other big narrative from this is 2 other big points, which we'll get into more in the Gavin Jules podcast. One is Heung-min Son missing a one-on-one. That is literally the one-on-one.
It's the defining moment of the season.
Which defines the season. And you're not going to have a go. It's on for all the reasons. Other one, Ange Postecoglou, visibly annoyed with the fact that a lot of Tottenham fans, were singing, like, after they concede the goal, they start singing, "Are you watching Arsenal?" And it's almost like they seemed like more intent. I know we could be over-egging this narrative a little bit. More intent on stopping Arsenal from winning the title. I mean, that's called a rivalry.
Winning the game themselves,
Yeah, well, and ultimately winning, them winning the games themselves.